What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. As you can see, got the higher quality content man behind me, got Pierre on the camera, so it's going to be a good one today. We're here at my old stomping grounds, Gold's Gym here in San Antonio. When I was coming up, turning pro, I trained at Gold's Gym by my house, and then this was a newer one that got remodeled, so I moved here. Long story short, this was like my home base. This was like where I trained at every day. Me and my training partner Phil from down here went at it, killed each other day in, day out. So since we've been back in San Antonio for a little bit part of the summer until Maddie goes back to school, I've been coming back here. It's been a really good, change of scenery. Feels good to be back. It's a little crowded at this gym if you've ever been to like commercial Gold's Gym or LA or anything like that, but the equipment's really good. They upgrade a lot of stuff, so it's been really nice to train here. And we're getting into the nitty gritty of prep. So we've been in prep for about 6 weeks now. Everything's going well. Body fat's coming down. Pounds are getting dropped. And it's just been a really good, clean, slow process. My man, Chris Tuttle, my coach, has been awesome so far. It's been amazing to work with him. It's our first prep together, like I said before, so couldn't be happier with how everything's going right now. But without further ado, without rambling, we're gonna get straight into it because that white monster's hitting me already pretty hard. So gotta start getting ready to get those sets in. But we're gonna do a chest and arm session. A good old charms day is what I call it. That's my trademark. So like 3 chest movements, 2 tricep today, and then 1 bicep. That'll pretty much be the end of the session. And then, yeah, that'll be it. So without further ado, we'll get right back into it. We're gonna start. I did a little bit of some pec deck seated flies just to get some blood in my chest, warm up my shoulder a little bit. Just like 3 sets of 15 to 20, nothing to failure, nothing hard. Just getting blood in the muscle, priming it. And now, once this person gets off the machine, we'll be doing our first movement, which is gonna be the low incline Smith press, and then we'll move on from there. So let's get to it. Yeah, that's good. All right, so first exercise, like I said, we got the low incline Smith. Just a quick explanation, because I know I'll have some people that ask me before all my stories or whatever. Why am I doing like a little bit of a lower incline rather than a regular, 45, 30, 35 degree incline? For me, I have way overdeveloped front delts from pressing really heavy and really wrong for a lot of my bodybuilding career when I was younger. Just trying to be that dude that benches a lot, and it gave me no chest but a lot of front delt. So trying to take that away and just utilize my chest. The higher incline I go, the more it kind of transfers to my front delt too much. So this low incline, as long as my bar path is still a little bit tucked and running alongside those upper fibers. So I'm trying to, like, instead of just pressing out, I'm trying to tuck a little bit and press almost upwards at my clavicle to try to really contract that up here. So that definitely helps me with the lower incline, being able to focus on the chest only. And yeah, it might be a little less of a degree of like all that clavicular fiber up here, you can argue that. But as long as your arm path is in that the fiber range to hit those fibers in the upper chest, you should be good. So if you struggle with a lot of front delts in your pressing, try a little bit lower incline because you'll get more total chest anyway as well. Also that upper shelf that you're trying to get. So just a little trick that I learned from some good coaches and some good trainers online as well coming up. And then we will just keep on going up. Also, quick little side note is, so if you are from San Antonio and you train at this Gold's Gym specifically off Bandera, you'll know that the Gym 80, or if you just use that brand in general, a lot of this stuff here is Gym 80, and the Smith machines that they only had before were the Gym 80 ones. And those things, they'll come down and slam on you like with no weight. It's extremely heavy at the stretch for some reason. So it just kind of brings it down with you. So it's a really weird Smith. So they added this hammer strength piece, and I liked a little bit of a thicker bar so I can kind of go more like a thumbless grip and really focus on just pressing with my chest. and it's just a really nice, clean, smooth piece. And it's just, like I said, very easy and just a nice, easy, clean movement. And it is new, so feels really good so far. All right, so usually we're at 2 plates already. We'll put on this little 25. Usually that's a good weight for me. Trying to really obviously control the weight, make sure I feel it on my chest the whole time. Not trying to cheat and use momentum, anything like that. By now, if y'all follow me, y'all already know the way I train, so trying to stay injury free, but also keep all the tension on the body part I'm trying to train and not just throw stuff around. So we'll see how the 2.5 feels. If y'all saw my story from, I think, Friday, you saw that I got the old McTuttle doubles going down from McDonald's. So that's still in me, I think. Had a really good response from there. So I had that meal, went up like 0.8 pounds from all the food that night. And then I literally dropped like another 3 pounds in like 2 days. So for me, when I have, for some reason, McDonald's, Whataburger, like those fast food burger meals, I get a really good response. I get full. My body like rounds out a little bit more. And then I drop immediately again. So that's always cool. So McDonald's for the win all the time. Hopefully they sponsor me one of these days. For how much I eat, they should. But anyway, so usually I've been going up in weight, weight or reps. I don't logbook, but I keep a good track of it just to see progression wise. So recently I've still been getting stronger on this prep, which is good. My pressing sometimes kind of stalls out. So that's the only thing on me that'll kind of stay the same for a while or kind of drop in strength. But right now we've been getting a little bit stronger every week. So we'll see how 275 feels. And if we can go up to 3 or even more, we'll try to at least run a heavy top set there and, you know, keep the progression going as long as it's on the chest and not getting any shoulder issues or anything. All right, so based off that little feeler set, that feeder, I think we'll run 3 today and then see what happens. So that's failure, but legit failure. Probably should have like just ended it on that one before, but either way, 3-plate top set with much better control than I did before. So that's another way of progressive overload. So that's a win in my book. So now I got about 7.5, which is not my favorite rep range, but so now we'll back off a little bit, still keep it slow, keep that time under tension, all on the chest, and we'll back off to try to get more volume here. So a good set of 10 plus reps, hopefully. All right, 2 working sets. I feel the same as that guy, bro. 2 working sets down, and we're good here. Like I think I've said before on my YouTube channel, when I hit a chest day, chest is a lot lower volume compared to my other body parts, just because it's a stronger point on me. So usually only 2 working sets, 2 to 3 movements only, so nothing crazy. Same thing with arms, but we do a little bit more volume for arms because they can take it. So that'll be it here. I think I got about 11, so I'm happy with that. Really good control, pauses, squeezes. Everything feels really good right now. So we hit this kind of upper portion. Now we'll move on to more of a flat press. And this gym gets busy, like I said, so I see it open. I may have Pierre go sprint over there and grab it real quick. All right, so same thing here. This is the good old Gym 80 flat press. If you follow me on Instagram, you see me post this like every chest week. This thing is just awesome. The way it moves and the path it takes, it's a little bit of a decline-ish pattern, but I still get a lot of like mid overall chest, so nothing bad there, but it does feel really good on my shoulder with the issues I have. So, and it has like a really nasty convergence, so those handles converge and come into each other, so I can fully shorten the pec like crazy, more than you would be able to with, like, let's say like a Smith machine that's more up and down. These, you can actually put the handles together and converge and get a crazy contraction. So that's why we do more of the power-ish, more of the meat and potatoes first. Then we get this flat press in to really get the overall chest, and then we'll move on to a fly, and we'll hit the arms from there. But main thing here, again, I'm the broken record guy, but control, slow and controlled, 3-second negative, pause in the deep stretch to limit that momentum factor, and use that muscle to drive through. So a couple more like feeder sets of like 8 to 10 reps, maybe 6s even if I feel pumped enough, and then we'll get to the heavy working set and then back off if we need to, or we'll go up. We're pretty much close to the very bottom of the stack. I think I did like 1 pin up, or like 1 pin less than what I'm on right now. It's like 253. I think I did like the 235 or 220 last week for a good 10 to 12, something between there. So feeling good today, so we'll try to hit the PR here and still try to, if I can, I would still like to match those reps of that 10 to 12 range. That'd be even ideal, so that'd be some crazy progression there. But we'll see how this feels. If I do get like 12 plus, we'll probably go up and weight a little bit more and make that last set a heavier one and more pyramid up there, because that's something I've been changing a little bit as well with my training, is more progressive pyramid style sets like I used to do. With my back training, I do that a lot more rather than the top set back off, because y'all know as well as I do, when you barely warm up a little bit and try to get to a really crazy heavy weight, sometimes that first set won't really feel great. And again, you're not as fatigued on the muscle, so you're using a really crazy load, you know, more heavy load than you would use if you already did a set prior, to like kind of pump that tissue up and fatigue it a little bit. So with me, being able to feel that muscle is huge to me. And again, the injury prevention thing. So I get a better pump, I get better squeezes when I kind of either find that weight, make that top set a more higher volume top set of like 10 to 15. That way I'll just stay the same weight, drop on the last one for the third set if I do a third set, or I can always, you know, pyramid up more. So in my opinion, I'd rather progress my sets that way and more pyramid up, get a crazy pump, you know, get that muscle full of blood. Then my next heavier set, if I got to go heavier, it's going to feel a lot better. Everything's going to be loose. It's going to be warm. The blood flow's all going to be there. The pump's going to be crazy. So it just gives you a better feel with that heavier weight, rather than sometimes that top set back off. That top set will feel a little bit shaky when it's too heavy. So hopefully a good 10 to 12, if not more. So 13 there. So we ended up beating last week's reps, even with a heavier weight. So progress is going good. Shout out Mickey D's. It's still fueling me still, I think. But anyways, good progress there. So that's a little PR, which is always good in prep, to keep hitting PRs. Keeping your strength or getting stronger means you're still maintaining your training performance, which in layman's terms would be you're keeping the tissue that you build on off season. So that's going really well. So now we'll probably, like I said, if I hit 12 plus, we'll go up and weight a little bit more, try to hit a little bit heavier, harder, good 8 to 10 here. So we still got 10, which is dope. That was hard as shit, but still got 10, and we went up in weight. So very, very, very happy with this session. Is going really well so far. So as far as like performance base goes, pump's still pretty good. So it's going well so far. We'll try to. Everybody and their mama is on the pec deck and chest fly right now. So we'll try to see if this guy gets off or somebody gets off real quick. We'll snag it like a bandit real fast, and then this will be the last chest movement for 2 hard sets, and then we'll get into the arm stuff, which will be much easier, but yeah, that's the fun part, getting a crazy arm pump. All right, since we're already, it's third exercise, we're already like really pumped. These I really don't do a ton of feeler sets. I already kind of know like where my weight will be, my working weight. So just one quick like 4 to 6 reps, just to kind of like make sure the blood's still in there, get the movement pattern down real fast, and then go right into like the 2 working sets just to keep that pump alive and keep killing the chest. Top set, about like 10 reps I believe, and then we'll back it down a little bit more for this back off set, try to get like a really good 12 at least, but a good 15 will be dope, like something a little bit higher rep, just to really finish off that chest. And then a big cue here, I mean, I do it in everything to like reduce the momentum, that kind of like stretch reflex out the bottom to make sure it's on the target muscle, but something like a fly where you're in a big vulnerable position here, and then you're also trying to focus more so on the stretch emphasis of the movement, getting that muscle loaded under the stretch mainly. So here I really like to hang out in that pause for a good second and then come and squeeze together every time, just to really emphasize the stretch a little bit more. So give that a try and watch your chest blow up with blood, by the way. And then another last little cue that helped me when I was coming up with my chest training, that kind of changed the training for me a lot, was instead of like on a fly, you think of really, a lot of guys will just like try to focus on bringing their hands together or like kind of clapping. 2 things that helped me a lot is thinking about, for one, keeping that chest to the sky and lift it the entire time. So keeping a really high chest, being real proud, like a proud chest basically. And then from there, think about bringing this bicep, both these biceps, to the insertion point of the pec rather than bringing this together, because this will kind of close off your chest, staying up tall and bringing that here. Like right here, I'm already flexed. So there's no need to kind of like roll my shoulders forward. So that'll help you just stay on top of the chest the whole time. And then I like to take a little note from Hani Rambod, and I like to keep my hands open and kind of like more keep the pressure down here and scoop a little bit. That's what I'm thinking of, is kind of scooping towards it rather than just coming here, because it'll kind of just emphasize my chest just a little bit more. All right, so that's chest is a wrap. Now we'll get on to the 3 arm movements, 2 tricep, 1 bicep, like I said. Call it a day, and then we'll get some posing in. On to triceps first. My other charms day, my second one of the week on Friday, is just switched around. So it's 2 bicep, 1 tricep. So today we got more tricep focus than bicep. So I like to do tricep, bicep, and then tricep to end. So first one, we're just gonna do something to really get a crazy good mind muscle connection, get a crazy good extension and contraction. So y'all have seen me do this, like pretty much these cross body extensions, single arm, but with this kind of like, I don't know what you call it, like multi-function machine or whatever the hell. I don't know, the things are just closer together. I'm able to like do them both at a time, keep everything locked to my sides, keep my triceps tucked, shoulders down, and then all I have to focus on is just stretching and extending. So like a cross body extension. It's almost like using a rope, but a lot better because the cables line up better with my joint, with each joint, so I don't get as much like pain in my elbow like I do with a lot of other stuff that it's like one rope or one attachment. So been running this for a while and I love them, and hopefully they're kind of working. But main thing with me is like they don't give me any elbow pain. So what I always say is train pain-free. That's the way to train. So since we're already pumped, triceps were involved in a lot of pressing. All I got to do is like 1 feeler right now like I did, and then we'll get into 3 working sets, anywhere from 20 reps to 15 and 12. So 15 there. Stay the same again for 1 more set. Try to get like 10 to 12. And then we'll drop down for the last set. Really try to fill it up. Maybe a little bit faster tempo just to get the reps in, but we'll try to fill it up for like a good 20 at least. Just really pump the hell out of the tricep. But this definitely is my staple movement. Again, if you don't have this, if you have like a Vulcan grip or a Vulcan strap, if you know what that is, kind of has like those 2 hooks where you can use them more on your wrist and extend. I would use that for a push down. You can even do the regular rope with a ball on it, but just keep it kind of more here and bent over, and then that way you really can extend all the way through like you can here. But if you do have this kind of station, I would definitely use it. You're gonna thank me for your joints and stuff later and your elbows if you do deal with that kind of stuff, but you'll also thank me for some crazy triceps. Shout out Papa Yant. I don't even know why. Shout out Papillon. He does not have any arms on him at all. Nor has he ever, but for some reason I've always had decent triceps, so that guy did something right down the line in the genetic pool. But we'll hit this second one with arms. Really not a lot of rest, 30, like maybe a minute and a half, and then we just get right back into it just to keep filling up that muscle. It's a smaller muscle, so you really just want to attack it and, in my opinion, drive a lot of blood and nutrients to it. Back down about 3 pins, and this set I really just want to hit like a good 20, if not even 25. I know that sounds nuts because everybody nowadays doesn't hit anything above 6 reps or something like that, whatever the fad is or whatever the cool thing, the science thing is out right now. But I really think there's something to be said about, at least on one set, to stimulate more like metabolically, get that metabolic adaptation. And I think it's called, don't quote me because I may be extremely wrong, but if I'm remembering, it's like sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. So trying to just really fill that muscle up with nutrients and blood and push all that and flood all that and just blow that muscle up with a pump. So I'm not one of the guys in the camp that believes that there's nothing to be said about the pump. I think the pump is extremely important. I don't think it's the end all be all, but I think like if you're not getting an insane pump, you're not doing something right, or you're not connecting right somewhere. So take with that what you will. Probably my favorite bicep exercise ever would be a single arm preacher curl, either dumbbells or a good machine. Just kind of depends. All the machines are taken, so we just went the dumbbell route. But any type of preacher curl or bicep curl that's supported like this as a bench, just think of, the easiest way to think of it is like, think of a hamstring curl, like a lion hamstring curl, where you're on the pad, your quads are pushed down. When you curl, you don't want your butt to fly up and kick back off that pad. Your whole goal is to like isolate the hamstring and make the hamstring move and curl that weight up. Same idea here. I'm not gonna be here and bringing my shoulder in and out with it like you see a lot of guys trying to do because they use a ton of weight. Trying to use the weight that my biceps can handle. And what I want to do is think of that as a hamstring. So I'm thinking of my tricep as my quad. I'm trying to press that as hard as I can into this pad. That's what the pad is there for. And when I curl, I'm pressing down even harder. And what that does is isolate that bicep tendon even more. So I'm literally just moving on that tendon, on that muscle. So that's the main goal here. You're not gonna be able to use 1,000 pounds and you won't look as cool to your gym buddies, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're gonna have big ass arms and big ass biceps, and then you'll be like, I'm using 20s, you're using 50s, and my 20s gave me 20-inch arms, your 50s gave you 10-inch arms. So just kind of like, that's how you gotta look at things from now on. Trying to own both end ranges, so pause in the stretch, and then pause on the contraction a little bit, hold that contraction. Really fight the way down. So I'm trying to like stay loaded and stay contracted. And when you do it like that, when you do the exercise right, leave that ego all the way at the door of your house. And when you come in here and just think to yourself, hey, I'm gonna murder this muscle. I want to put this muscle through as much stress, as much pain as I can humanly possible during this session. Obviously, like I say all the time, progressive overload is a big part of this. You do need progressive overload, but as you get bigger, you will get stronger. So you're gonna end up lifting heavier weights. But the main goal is to lift everything like that, like isolate that muscle, make that muscle work, put it through all that pain and stress and live in that pain zone the entire time. Don't get out of it. As the pain comes deeper, like lean into it more, lean into it. Don't run away from it. And you'll get strong. As you get stronger that way, there's no way you come to me and say that you didn't build muscle. And your ligaments, tendons, joints don't feel 100% better either at the same time, because you're not ego lifting and just using those joints and other things to just move the weight up. So that's definitely a way I've trained for a while now, and knock on wood, I have my nagging injuries from when I was younger, but nothing else has come up. Stayed pretty much pain and injury free for as much as I can, and still gotten, the biggest I did this last off season. So proof is in the pudding, kinda, sorta, I guess, in a way. This will be the last set. We got 15, we hit 12 or 13, and now we're gonna try to hit another 10, 12 here. A little bit heavier. Another cool thing about the single arm stuff is if you don't have a partner here, you can always get like some assisted reps with the other hand and finish with like a really intense few extra reps assisted from yourself.
But somebody told me, oh, they have steroids that wrong.
All right, so we got biceps out the way. Got that first tricep movement to really like extend. Now we're gonna kind of tie everything together with a dip. So I'd either do a dip or something overhead, like an overhead extension, or put whatever to hit more of the long head, but kind of want to do a dip today. And I like this machine a lot. So we'll end with this. This will kind of tie in both a little bit of like that lower pec because I'm gonna lean over a little bit, so I'm gonna get a little bit more pec too as well to finish it. But just also just like a good deep stretch on the triceps and then extension. So. So now we got a couple feeder sets in, just real quick again, because it's the last exercise. So I want to kind of move a little bit quick, not let everything kind of get too cold. But this will be the top set here. Probably only do 2 working sets here, because again, triceps are something I don't really need a lot of. So my main focus, what we did this year was during this whole entire off season, which I just kept because it was working, so there's no need to change anything, but it was basically chest and arms together. Then I would put back and delts together, which this was my first time ever doing that. And it worked really well. I mean, I got my biggest ever. My delts are a little bit more rounder this year, which was something I wanted to bring up. My back came up a really good bit. So it worked, whatever it was worked. So pushing all that volume towards the back in the delts, like I've explained before. And chest and arms is more like coming in here, being intense, doing what I can, and then getting out. That way, like, you know, the recovery benefit, all that kind of stuff, all the intensity, volume, all goes to my arms, or my arms, all goes to my back and my delts. So putting those body parts together really made a difference this year. So, you know, again, just a little quick tidbit is you don't have to be stuck to the whole like push, pull legs off, push, pull legs, upper, lower. You don't have to be stuck to like those type of splits that everybody makes up. And those are like, oh, full body every day is the best split. Oh, push pull legs is the best split. Oh, bro split sucks. You're stupid for doing a bro split. It's just find what works. Like for me, this is what I had to bring up. It worked. So I'm not gonna change it until I have to. So this will be the top set here, and then we'll hit a back off if need be. All right, so last set here. I think what we'll do, since we're only doing two sets, I'll go ahead. I backed off a little bit, so we'll try to hit like 15 or 12. We'll hit that set, and we'll do a little bit of a rest pause. So I'll hit that wait about like, go to failure, wait 15-ish seconds or so, 20 seconds, and then we'll hit that same weight again to failure and see what we get. So just a little bit of an intensifier here just to end it, just because I kind of feel like it. Just a little 15-second rest time. Shake out a little bit of the lactic acid in the blood. All right, go right back in it. Oh my God. That's a wrap on the session so far. Pierre's gonna go with me to the posing room. We're gonna get a little bit of some footage and some pictures. And then, like I always say, it depends on what I want to show y'all and how I look to see if I'm gonna throw a sneak peek of how the physique's looking so far. Kind of been a little bit of I guess shadow mode in the dark a little bit on the physique stuff, just because I'm in a really good groove of prep right now. You know, not back at home in Abilene, home base. So just kind of enjoying things, enjoying the gym I'm at right now, and just doing what I gotta do. So just living day to day, trying to get my daily wins, and we're getting there. So we'll see what happens, see how I'm looking right now. Still won't tell y'all how many weeks out yet. Maybe it might be coming soon, but we'll see. But let's go get that posing in, and then we'll give a sign off. All right, guys, so that's gonna be a wrap on today's session and today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Remember to always like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good YouTube stuff. We're gonna keep making a few bangers that are gonna keep coming out week after week, hopefully, for the time being, while I'm still down here in San Antonio for the next 3-ish weeks before Maddie gets back to school and we go back up to Abilene, back to home base. But even at that, I'm gonna try to bring Pierre down there and hopefully get some videos with me and Chris Tuttle, my coach, and have him film it as we get closer to the show. So do expect some more videos from us. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Let me know what you wanna see more of, and peace.